Welcome to Vancouver Business Network, where entrepreneurs learn, network, and grow. I'm Roger Killen, the organizer. Our weekly workshop for entrepreneurs is brought to you by TELUS Business, the fastest and most reliable pure fiber broadband network in Metro Vancouver. Our speaker is Earl Flormata. Earl is one of the most sought-after digital marketing and sales consultants in Vancouver. He has sold over $70 million worth of products and services, both on and offline. Earl can move mountains in marketing. Vancouver Business Network members and most welcome guests, it's now time for you to put your hands together and give Earl a warm, warm welcome.
Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing today? We're good? We're good? Okay, great. So for those of you who know me, my name is Earl. For those of you who don't know me, my name is still Earl. And we're going to talk about advanced content marketing. But apparently, when we were talking about this in the audience, I heard that some people didn't even know what content marketing was. So we'll probably start at level 0. Okay, so level 0, what is content marketing? When you guys send marketing messages out to people, it's basically teaching them something. You got to teach them something about who you are, what you do, what you stand for, what you stand against. Okay, and anything that you're producing in terms of having people read, learn, watch, listen to stuff is content marketing. Right? So I think someone over there was not sure if they were a content marketer, but they post on Instagram. Yes, you're a content marketer. Someone has 3 blog posts. You are a content marketer, right? Someone has like a video studio, makes a bunch of stuff. You are a content marketer, right? So everybody technically is a content marketer as long as you're producing stuff. So this presentation is how to take over the internet, content marketing for the long game. So as Roger said, I've done $70 million worth of sales, online, offline, everything from software to memory foam dog beds. That's probably the weirdest thing I've ever sold. It's a real thing. So we're going to talk about that. So we're going to talk about the promise. The promise is I'm going to help you stand apart from your competition. And I'm going to give you guys a framework. I'll say it again. I'll give you guys a framework for content marketing. Okay? And it's how to build the content. Okay? So I want to be specific about that. It's how to build the content, not what content to build. That's actually a whole different thing. This is how to, not what to. Okay? You want to be recognized as an expert. In your industry, it's so much easier if you're recognized as an expert in the space because the sales process is much slower if people don't know who you are. Right? The other goal is that we'd like to make an entire year worth of content in just a few weeks. And I'll show you how to do that. Okay? That's what we're going to cover today. This is what the promise is for today. So why content marketing? Okay, so we talked about what it was. You need it for 2 things. Number 1, you need it for authority and you need it for celebrity. I'll say it again. You need it for authority and you need it for celebrity. And the reasons behind authority and celebrity are, number 1, from an authoritative standpoint, you need to be seen as the expert in the market. You need to be seen as the expert in the market. Okay? I'll give you guys an example. Who here has ever written a book? A couple people in the back? I know some people have written books. Great. Now here's the thing. You've got 2 people, and it doesn't matter what the industry is or what they're doing. Okay, so we have 2, I don't know, let's pick something that's kind of just bland. And sorry if you're this particular thing, but this is, so you've got 2 people who've been doing mortgage brokerage stuff for 30 years. Okay, it's kind of bland. It's the same thing. Okay, but they've both been doing it for 30 years. One of them wrote a book. Which one's smarter? Guy who wrote a book, right? Always. Are you ever going to read the book on mortgage brokeraging anything? No, right? But if you had to choose between the 2, you'd just magically pick the dude who wrote the book, right? You magically pick the guy who wrote the article that was featured in the paper. You magically pick the person you watched the video for. How come? You've built that rapport. You think they're an expert. The next thing is you want that celebrity, okay? You want that celebrity because that's what makes your reach get bigger. That's what makes your reach get bigger. I think you said that the record so far was 600 views on this channel, right? And the more celebrity you gain, the more reach you get, the more people hear your message. I heard some people talking about, I want to get more clients. Well, how do you get more clients if you can't reach more people? Again, authority and celebrity are the 2 things you need to make any marketing or any sales work at a better level. Okay, someone here was saying he brought donuts. He showed up. He put stickers on stuff. Okay, That's also celebrity. They know who you are. Okay. So marketing simplified. If you take all of marketing and you break it down into just simple block-sized chunks, it's only 4 pieces. Okay. And the 4 pieces are traffic, list building, conversion, and lastly, the handover to sales. Right? So I'll say it again, traffic, list building, conversion, and the handover to sales. And what content marketing does is it generates traffic. Traffic is people coming to your bricks and mortar store. Traffic is people visiting your Instagram page. Traffic is people watching your YouTube videos. Traffic is coming to your websites. Okay, people coming to these things, that's what traffic is. And the content is what's going to attract people to your site. They're going to look for stuff, they're going to find you, hopefully, if you do it right, and they're going to come. Okay. Now the next piece that this thing does is conversion. I know there's list building, but we're going to skip that. That's not what we're about today. We're talking about conversion. So conversion is, do they do what you ask them to do? Do they do what you ask them to do? And that means joining a meetup so they can watch some movie, right? It means joining a meetup and coming here, right? It means joining a list. It means buying something, right? But depending on who you are and what you do, it's not going to be quite that easy. It depends on what you sell. So if you sell like a high-ticket item, I have no idea how much a walk-in freezer costs. But if that's the case, no one's going to buy it on the first swing. They're going to be, oh, that's a cool idea, but that's cost like who knows how much, right? It's not like you're buying, M&Ms or flowers or something really small, like a donut. I think someone said donut. So it depends. Okay. So the goal. There's 3 types of businesses. 3 types of businesses. There's the Me Too type business. The Me Too type business is, I'm an accountant, I'm also an accountant. Great. What's going to happen there? We're going to have an accountant fight, and that's what's going to happen. Whoever wins gets the accountant. Well, it doesn't matter, because what happens is that whoever's closer is going to get the client. Whoever's cheaper is going to get the client. Is that what you want, really? Cheaper? It's a race to zero. You don't want that. Okay. So the Me Too doesn't work. Okay. Someone says, I do health and wellness, and I also do health and wellness, and I also do great. That's not going to help you at all. Okay. So when you produce the content, it has to be interesting. It has to be things that people want to share on the internet. It has to be something that people are engaged with. And the Me Too structure does not do that. I do this, I also do this. Stop it. Okay. And if you guys, I ask people, what's your USP? What's your unique sales proposal? What sets you different from everybody else? If the answer is Me Too, you're failing. Okay. If your answer is quality and service, you're also failing. Because everyone says quality and service. Everyone says, I'm the best one, right? What differentiates you? Okay, so the next step up, you go 1 step up, and now it's me better. Okay, I'm an accountant. I'm a better accountant. Okay, I'm an accountant, and I've done over 100,000 returns without a single audit. Okay, 2 accountants pitch the exact same thing, but one guy says, I've done 100,000 returns, and my people haven't been audited. What's that big fear? Bela was talking about fear just a second ago. We might get audited. Okay, so that me better stance makes it a little bit easier to bring and attract the clients. Me only. Me only. I'm an accountant. I'm an accountant. I'm a specialist. I only do self-employed and business owners. We help businesses set up international tax structures for the highest level of efficiency. Oh, cool. Now you're specific. Now people understand who you are, what you do, what you stand for, what the messaging is. And you want to keep this clear structure of me too, me better, me only. You want to hit me only as much as humanly possible for all the messages you guys put out there. Yeah, we have a question.
So I was misreading the only, because me only, like I only do such and such as specialist.
Correct.
But you might not be the only person who does that thing.
Okay. So I'll
so is me only not, I'm the only one who does that.
Okay, so I'll repeat the question. Your question was, does me only stand for I'm the only one who does this thing? Okay. Has anyone here read the book Good to Great? Good to Great? A couple people? Okay. It starts off with the words good is the enemy of great. And it talks about this thing called the hedgehog concept. And the hedgehog concept, if you draw 3 circles, okay, where the circles all touch, okay, where the circles all touch, it's what do you love? What are you actually passionate about? Guys, I've retired like 3 times because I don't really have to work if I don't want to, right? I love marketing. I really do actually enjoy it. I get up, I go, oh, I have an idea, and then I want to go do that. Okay, that's what I'm passionate about. Okay, the next thing is, does it make money? Yes, it makes lots and lots of money. It's wonderful. Okay, the next thing is, what can you be the number one in the world at? What can you be the number one in the world at? And that means niche. And that means niche deeper and smaller and smaller and smaller. If your answer is, who do you help? And your answer is everybody. Nobody. Okay? Because your messaging will be vanilla and it'll be meh. No one will want to listen to you. Right? You're not speaking directly to them. When you write your messaging, when you write your content, when you build the content marketing, build it so you're speaking to one person and one person only. And when you build that messaging, anybody who's your target demographic, your specific market will go, oh, he's talking to me, right? This is for me, he's talking to me. And that's what makes your conversion go higher. That's what makes your traffic go higher. Okay? If you make your traffic specific, now that doesn't mean you only have to serve that one type of person. You can make another set of messaging and then point it to another person and speak to that one person and just help that one person. And if you can do that, your messaging will resonate with hundreds of thousands of people because you put this stuff on the internet. And everyone who goes, yeah, that's me, he's talking about me. Now they feel special, right? And you're talking about them. Specifically, their problem, your solution. So, we're gonna cover 3 frameworks today. How many? 3, okay, great. We're gonna cover the Instant Expert video framework. An instant expert really means it. When you run this system, you become an instant expert on the internet. If you wield this properly, you can easily make, we use just that one to make millions of dollars for our clients. Okay, just that one. The next set of framework is called the dictionary framework. This literally sets you aside as the expert in your space because you get to define your space. The third framework is called the 365 framework. And this is the top of mind framework. Say it again, top of mind.
Top of mind.
Okay. So when you're top of mind, you're always there, you're always there, you're always there. Okay. And there's a right and a wrong way to do this. So we're going to cover all these 3 frameworks. Starting off with Instant Expert. Instant Expert is a compilation of 20 videos in a content series. 20 videos. Okay. Now, when I said, I promised you guys you can do literally in a week, an entire year's worth of content. This is how you do it. 20 videos. And I'm going to give you the framework behind those videos and what the videos turn into. Okay. So I did it with a team. There were 10 frequently asked questions, 10 should ask questions, and 5 structure videos. Say it again. 10 frequently asked questions, 10 should ask questions, and 5 structure videos. I'm going to break these down. The first one is the frequently asked questions. What are the most asked questions in your field? What's a question that your customer asks you without fail every single time? Okay. In Disneyland, the people at Disneyland are actually specially psychologically trained so they don't go crazy and start killing people. Okay, because they get asked the same question every day, every day, every day. Where's the castle? Where's the castle? It's freaking blue and purple and has balloons and fireworks coming out of it. Look up, it's the biggest building, come on, right? But these guys get asked the same question 30,000 times a day. Where's the castle? They're not even allowed to point. They have to do this with their hand. And so yeah, that is the number one question in Disneyland. It drives people actually mentally crazy, okay? What is that question for you and your business, right? Figure out what that is. This is your homework. Figure out what are the 10 frequently asked questions in your business. Now, there's no science behind this piece of the puzzle, okay? I do teach the science behind it, but in this case, for your first kick at the can, screw the science, forget the numbers. I know that's weird coming from the guy who markets by the numbers, but just go on gut for this one. For your first batch, figure out what are the questions that you know people are going to ask you regardless. Okay? Then, the should ask questions. The questions that are 2 or more levels deep. I want you to answer them before they ask them. Okay, what are the questions that they should be asking? What's a question that your customer doesn't even know to ask about? Because they don't know your industry as well as you guys do. You guys know your industry. You know it better than anybody else because you're the expert. Okay? And if you can answer a question, I'll get to you, before they ask it, you now walk on water. They have not even thought about that. Shut up and take my money. Right? So Stephen, you have a question.
So between the FAQ and the SAQ, like, why do I need a sales process? Would that be an SAQ?
Yes. First one is, what is a sales process? And the second, the deeper question would be, what does a sales process have to deliver? What should I expect out of a sales process? Right? So it takes it that step further, one step deeper. If we go back to the Disneyland experience, the Disneyland example, okay? Do you guys know that there's a private restaurant invite only in Disneyland that serves wine and that you smoke cigars and stuff? It's only in Disneyland, not Disney World. Okay? Yeah. How come? Because the parents go crazy because the kids are running. Yeah, it's fantastic. Here's the thing, it's invite only. You can only go if you're invited. You can only get invited if you ask. You can only ask if you know it exists. Most people don't know it exists. Okay? Did you guys know it's actually cheaper to go VIP in Disney than it is to stand in line for 3 days? You can pay $2,000 for 20 people, and y'all get to walk into any line for any ride and screw the line, and boom, we're inside. What's waiting for, right? And you think about this, that's $2,000, a lot of money. No, it's not. You can put 20 people in there. Now how much is it? $100 each, great. How much does that save you in Disney time? A lot. So I used to be a consultant for the travel industry. People used to ask me, how do you sell more of this stuff? Same problem, same structure, same everything. Frequently asked questions, where's the castle? Should ask questions, how do I squeeze 3 days worth of rides into 1 day and save a bunch of money? Right? Because paying $100 and being a VIP, I guarantee you, is so much more fun than standing in line for 3 days. Okay? Because I've done both. And don't do the second one. Okay? Now the structure videos. The structure videos are, there's 2 bumpers. Okay? The bumper videos are, well, let's start with a question. Has anyone seen like CNN? Yeah? And what do you see? A spinning logo and that dude with the really deep voice going, and this is CNN, right? You guys can hear it in your head right now, right? For those of you who watch hockey, right? The Hockey Night in Canada, you see the Canada logo, you hear it, you can hear the music now, right? For anything that you watch, for any show that you watch, for any content that you consume, you're programmed like Pavlov's dog. Whenever they ring that bell, ding, ding, yeah, watch it, right? And what happens is that if you do this in your content, it makes it cleaner. It gets people used to seeing, it gives them a heads up saying, hey, there's some good stuff coming. Right? And if you can do that, those 2 bumpers, one in the front, one in the back. What happens is it programs people's minds to go, I remember that. That was good. I like that. I associate with that. I better watch this. And what happens is that your conversion rates go up. Okay? Take your content, wrap it in 2 things, right? And go from there. Now, there's a thing called a landing page, a landing video. The landing video is where you ask them to come say, let's watch the rest of our content. I told you we're making 20 videos here, right? So the landing page is, thanks for watching the first video. Hey, if you want to see 19 more videos, put your email address here and we'll email you till you cry. But that's how it works, right? That's how, someone was saying something about email marketing, that's how it works. So when people sign up, there's a landing page that says, this is what you're going to get, okay? If you can structure your stuff and say, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is what I'd like you to do, that is the framework for basically every structure for every content thing. If you can do it like that, people will do what you want. How come? Because you asked them to. Right? And you put the bumpers, so now you're important. Okay, another question.
So in each one of the FAQ videos, the call to action is sending a landing page.
Yes, you got it. So the question is, for each of the each of the frequently asked question videos, the call to action is go to the landing page. And that the answer is yes. And to also look at the paired question. So you're going to pair the frequently asked question with a should ask question. Okay. So if I rewind just a little bit, we talked about traffic and conversion. The first video, the frequently asked question, is exactly what people are going to type into the internet, whether it's on Google or YouTube or Instagram or whatever. Okay, they're going to type that stuff. Now, if you can make the related video the second video that kicks in, the should ask question, now you've hit them across the bow with a question that they never even thought of asking. So you answer their frequently asked question, then you blow their mind with a should ask question. Now they just say, yaha, and give you money. Works great, right? The thank you video. The thank you video is after they've opted in, after they said, yes, you may email me to right. A thank you is really important, right? It's building that rapport, building that trust, building everything with that person you're talking to. Thank you. Thank you for joining our group. Thank you for joining our community. Thank you for becoming one of us. So what happens is that when that happens is that they like you more. How come? You said thank you. We're Canadian. We're kind of almost forced to say thank you. And then last but not least, the offer. After you've sent them through this barrage of emails, and it's up to you when to decide when to do this. Okay? After 4 questions, after 8 questions, after all 20 questions, the answer is all yes to all of the above, right? Is you put an offer out. You put an offer out there and you say, hey, if you like this, you might like this. If you have this problem, you might like this solution. If you have this issue, right? And you go from there. And this is the structure of Instant Expert. If you're not sure where to start, you can find out what's already working. And how you do that is you type in whatever you want to type into Google, or you type in whatever you want to type into YouTube, and you stop before the last letter in that word. So in this case, I put the words competitive analysis, and I stopped at analysis, okay? And I didn't type the S at the end of analysis. And this shows you, what are people typing after this? What are people searching for? If you don't know what questions to ask, cheat. Okay? If you don't know what questions to ask, cheat. Type it in the internet, and the internet will provide. Okay? And it'll just tell you, this is what people are going for. Okay? And you start with your gut, and just go from there. If you want to learn the science, we'll teach you the science later, but at least get stuff done. One of the things that differentiates people who are successful between people who are not successful. Has anyone here seen people who you can beat them head and shoulders? If you just put your mind and effort to it, you could beat them, okay? And you go, they shouldn't be that successful, right? And there's lots of people who are out there who go, man, that guy's really dumb. How is he making so much money, right? And you're wondering, how the hell did it? Speed of implementation, okay? Bad is better than nothing. I'll say it again, bad is better than nothing. And this came from an old programmer kid who, I was a perfectionist. I'm like, no, it's not pretty enough. No, we got to do that. Oh, no. Bad is better than nothing. Okay? I started a mentorship program, had no infrastructure, had nothing set up. You just started. Bad is better than nothing. Now it's picked up the steam and now it's going crazy. How come? Just straight physics, right? Taking a non-moving object and trying to get that sucker to move versus it's already rolling. Well, just push it. Okay? Nudge it in the right direction, it'll happen. Okay? So why video? Why video? And the reason why video is because video does everything. Video does everything. You're going to repurpose and recycle the crap out of these videos. Okay? And how are you going to do that is this. There are multiple methods that people learn. Okay? Who here likes to watch videos? Yeah, lots of people. Most of the room. Who here would rather listen to something because you're a more auditory learner? Yeah, some people like to listen to audiobooks rather than to reading books. Okay? Who here actually likes reading? Yeah? I prefer reading. I actually hate video. And this is the guy who's telling you to make a bunch of videos, right? But the cardinal sin of marketing is marketing for yourself. You don't market for yourself. You market for your crowd. And you have no idea if they want to watch a video, listen to a podcast, or read an article. Okay? When I was younger, my dad beat me into speed reading. I hated him for it. But when I got to, high school, college, everything else, life, right? I speed read everything now. I love it. I actually hate videos because they talk too slow, right? And so if you ever watch me watch videos, it's kind of weird. I pop them to like double, and it's like sounds like chipmunks, like really fast, right? Same thing with the audiobooks. I listen to it in like double. It's kind of weird. So no one likes to listen to me when I'm doing that because then I go really fast. But I like to read. Okay? What did I just tell you to do? Make videos. I hate videos. Hate videos. Don't like them. And I'm making a video right now. Okay? But if you make the video and you take the video and you strip out the audio, what do you have? An audio. Guess what? What do you do with that? It's a podcast. Oh, look, you have a podcast now. You shot damn videos. Now you have a podcast. Guess what? Who holds the podcast? Apple, Google. You think they don't rank? You think people aren't going to find you if you put it on there? Of course they're going to find you. Okay. Next is the article. You take the audio and you transcribe it, and now you magically have an article for people like me who like to read. This is what content marketing is. Taking your message, structuring it properly. You've got the me too, don't do that. Me better, me only. Try to hit me only as much as humanly possible. Okay. Then you've got these structures that I just taught you. You've got your frequently asked questions. Why do frequently asked questions? Because they're frequently asked. Okay, that's it. You're going to answer the questions before they ask you. What happens? People are going to judge you. They're going to put you in a box. I'm in a box right now. Okay, so I can't. If I step out of this box, I fall off the monitor apparently. So if they're going to put you in a box anyways, wouldn't it be better if you got to define the box? People are going to judge you anyway. Put it out there. The right type of marketing will attract the right type of client and actually push away the wrong type of client. If they don't like you on video, they're not going to like you in person. Okay, and that's it. If they don't like the way you sound, if they don't like if you swear too much, if they don't like your mannerisms, if they don't like the style of your writing, it doesn't matter, right? You want authority and celebrity. You want authority and celebrity. You want to get out there and get in front of as many people as possible with the same type of content, but without breaking your back. And that's the first structure. That's the first framework. Just doing this makes you lots of money if you do it right. Okay? And just commit to doing it. Next piece is dictionary. And this is where you get to define your industry. I'll say it again. This is where you get to define your industry. If you define the words in your industry, you are now de facto magical expert of your industry. Okay? So guess what I do? I define the words in my space. I define the words in my space. And I make an article. That's lying. I make a video that I turn into an article. Okay. If you go from A to Z, it's 26 letters in the alphabet. Okay? Do that twice. Now you got 52. Now you literally have content weekly for an entire year.
Sorry, can you explain what you mean? You define the words in your industry?
I'll get there. I'll get there. So the question was, can you define the words in the industry? So I'm known as a guy who can rank stuff on the internet. Okay, people hire me all the time to rank stuff on the internet. So that's called search engine optimization, SEO. Okay. So in SEO, A is for Ahrefs. Does anyone here other than SEOs know what the hell an Ahref is? Exactly. But if I explain it to you, all of a sudden you go, oh wow, he knows about Ahrefs. He must be an expert. Okay. What is an Ahref? It lets you check the backlinks pointing to your website. Whoever has the most backlinks that are prevalent and good and not dirty wins. That's what Ahrefs is. It's a tool that lets you do that. People don't know about this stuff because you're not an SEO. That's not your job. That's my job. B is for backlink. The more people who link to your site, the more popular you are. The internet literally is a popularity contest. Okay. C is for Copyscape. If you hire people to write your stuff, you run stuff through Copyscape, and Copyscape tells you that they steal it from someplace else. There's a penalty for stealing stuff from someplace else. You should know this. All of a sudden, you guys are not, hey, wow, Earl's really an SEO expert, is he? Yeah, he just defined a bunch of stuff. Wow, he knows what he's doing. Guess what? You guys can do the same thing for your space. Okay. W is for walk-in freezer. Anyway, so D is for directory. There's directory sites. Those things get you better links. La, la, la. Do this over and over again. I know it's going to be weird. W, Q, X, and Z probably going to be like, oh, what the hell am I supposed to talk about for Z for frozen stuff? You don't have to use that exactly. I'm just showing you the concept. There's 26 letters in the alphabet. Do them twice. If you can't think of W, X, Q, or Z, pick another letter. Do that one again. Same structure, guys. Same structure. Make the videos. Explain stuff. You are magically an expert. Because you define stuff in your industry. Now, this is stuff you guys use every day. The words you use in your industry that no one else uses outside of your industry. Everyone has these things. Everyone has this jargon. Everyone has this stuff that you use. Define it. And when your customers go looking for it, who do they find? You. Question in the back.
Are you suggesting to make a video for each letter?
Yes, sir.
Like 52 videos a year?
You got it. So the question is, am I suggesting to make 52 videos and then punch these things out weekly? The answer is yes. Now, the videos don't have to be a Steven Spielberg movie, right? And you don't need a bunch of fancy cameras. I have made millions of dollars with my phone, right? Guys, your phones are made of witchcraft and unicorns and rainbows now. I mean, the camera on your phone is like magical, okay? It shoots well enough, okay? It shoots well enough. So yes, make these things, it's a minute each, right? Question.
You just answered it. You just answered it 1 minute.
Okay.
Was that?
Minute, 2 minutes tops. No one's gonna pay attention. Come on here. Who here in the audience has opened a video and you go, oh my God, it's 47.5 minutes. I'm not watching that. Who has time for this? And you go, next. Right, exactly. And when you go, oh, it's only 2 minutes long, I'll watch that. Look, it's a cat falling off. Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna see 2 minutes. You go, I can do that. Okay. Guys, it's I hate to use this term, but it's flowers before sex in the Bahamas. Okay, okay. You want to give them flowers first before you randomly ask them to come have sex in the Bahamas. You can't do that. You'll get slapped, right? Trust me, I've tried. Anyway, so what happens is this: you have to start small. You have to gain their trust. If you can't get their attention in 2 minutes and deliver them some sort of value in 2 minutes, how the hell are they going to listen to 47 minutes of your crap? They're not. They're not. Get their attention. Guys, copywriting 101. Copywriting 101. What's the purpose of a headline? To get them to read the second line. Seriously, that's the purpose of a headline. What's the second line do? Get them to read the third line. Once you're 3 lines in, I got you. You're going to read the whole damn thing. Okay, got a question in the back.
Yeah, is there a prime time? You say 2 minutes up. Is there a prime time, like 20 seconds? That you say is pretty good.
I'll repeat it. So the question is there a prime time? The answer is no. So you have to do it in 2 minutes to get their attention. So back to the whole copywriting thing. In 2 minutes, you have to get their attention, have them kind of know and like you, right? Trust comes later, right? They have to know and like you in 2 minutes. You guys do that now. You guys do that when you network. You guys do that when you come to an event. Hi, my name is this. I do this. Right away, snap judgment. I like that guy. I don't like that one, right? And it happens. Just video lets you do it faster. Question.
Is there a prime time during the day?
Is there a
Morning,
prime?
lunch, dinner?
Okay.
What's the best option?
All right, so the question was, is there a prime time during the day to push this stuff out? The answer is yes, but who cares? So,
because obviously you'd have more listeners at lunch rather than 9 o'clock at night.
okay, so the question was you'd have more, or comment was you'd have more listeners at lunch than 9 o'clock at night. Who said you can't post twice? Guys, have you ever used Twitter? You open Twitter, like lots of stuff, right? I posted, I swear, like 17 seconds ago, but that's again buried under 17,000 other things. Great. Post again. Post again. Post again. But you guys have a giant pile of stuff now. You guys have a bunch of videos. The videos are now audios. The audios are now, transcribed into articles. When you schedule this stuff, okay, here's another tidbit that's not in the slides. Don't push them all out at the same time. If I'm your fan, I like you. And I'm just sitting there watching your stuff. And I like you on Instagram, on Facebook, on email, on everything. And you just poop everything out all at once. What happens if I miss it? Well, damn. It's gone now. Stagger step it. Push that same piece of content to your blog. Then wait 3 days, and then push it to Facebook. Then wait 3 days, then push it to Insta. Then wait 3 days, then push it to Twitter. Then wait 3 days, then push it to LinkedIn. You guys can schedule this stuff. It's not rocket science. You know how to do it yourself. Okay, there's a tool called Buffer. There's a tool called Hootsuite. They're local. Right? Use those things. I'm weird. I just use Filipinos because I just outsource it. So I'm Filipino. I can say that. So.
I have a question. When you do videos, do you
Yes.
write out the words that you're going to say, or do you just
So the question was, do you write a script? Do you write a script? And the answer is yes, you write a script or you write talking points. Okay? So if I am doing a voiceover video, I am horrible unless I have a script. I can't put vocal intonation in it if there's not a script. I'm sitting going, right? I can't think. I just have to read and then I can do it. Okay? If you're talking live, like in front of an audience like this, okay, I'm cheating right now. The slides that you guys see in front of you, that's my talking points. What am I supposed to talk about next? Click. Oh yeah. Okay, great. And then you just keep on track. Okay, so the answer is yes, you write a script depending on who you are. Okay, and if it's story-based, someone was saying put a story in front of it, then just speak from the heart. You know your story. You don't have to be the, I did this and then today I did. No, it doesn't matter. Like, you guys know your story. Tell your story. And there's only one way to get good at it. Practice. Tell your story over and over and over and over again. The last piece is 365. And these are daily posts. Daily posts. Okay. Everyone say with me, top of mind. Top of mind. Top of mind. Top of mind. Over and over and over again. Okay. I'll share a little secret with you. I've made $1 gazillion from Instagram so far. It's wonderful. I'm not even an influencer. Okay, I'll show you. I'll show this to you. You want to make bigger circles. You want to make bigger circles. If you sell walk-in freezers and that's all you ever talk about on Facebook, I will unfriend your ass so fast. Okay? If all you do is accounting and you just talk about numbers all day on Facebook, the first thing I want to do is, nope, stop following. You might still have friends, but I'm just unfollowing because you're boring as hell. Okay? Don't talk about the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Okay? This one company we did this for, they did Treasury. Treasury is like fancy accounting software for people who make over $100 million. Okay? Treasury is boring as hell. Okay? Right? Unless you're a treasurer and that's your thing. Right? There's very few of them. Okay? But make bigger circles. Don't just talk about treasury. Talk about money. Talk about gold. Talk about Bitcoin. Talk about other stuff that's around you that's not specifically just you. And the best example I can give you of that is my Instagram page. Earl Flormata on Instagram. If you look at it, guys, what am I? I'm a marketing guy, right? What's my Instagram about? Food. Lots and lots and lots of food. And then random stuff I do. What the hell does that have to do with marketing? How does that make you money? It's really simple. There are people I haven't spoken to in 5 years. 5 years. But on Instagram, it lets you post on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter all at the same time. One click of the button, boom, it's there. Okay? Well, guess what? Every single time they go, Earl, I'm so jealous of your food pictures. I love them. Hey, do you still do that marketing thing? Yes, I do. Top of mind. Say it again. Top of mind. You want something that you can do over and over and over again that people don't get tired of. I'm sure people have unfollowed me because of my stupid food. Like one of my guys said, the inner fat child in me keeps wanting to eat whenever I see your pictures, so you unfollow me. That's fine. He's already a client anyway. So yeah. Okay. So this is how I've made, I don't know, I think the count is at somewhere like $80,000 or $100,000 from Instagram so far. Right? So we have a question.
How many hashtags?
I don't do Instagram properly. So the question was, how many hashtags do you use on Instagram? Don't listen to Earl for Instagram. That is my advice. Okay, so ignore Earl for Instagram advice. Other than you should post stuff, right? But from the hashtag point of view, I only use 1 or 2, right? But I've made $100,000 from Instagram. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Question in the back.
I'm a bit conflicted about these daily posts. I have been following some authorities, but after a while, when I receive their repeated emails, I just get in the habit of not ignoring them.
Okay, so
to me, I would actually prefer less frequent emails, probably be more effective.
So the comment was, some guy is tired of getting bombarded with stuff. Guess what? What did I say earlier? The cardinal sin of marketing is marketing for yourself. I would prefer that you email me. I don't care what you prefer. I will email you till you cry or buy something. Okay, and that is the correct answer. Okay. Well, if you love that person, you're gonna want to see what they're up to anyway. If you truly do resonate with that person, you're gonna follow them anyways. That's the answer, right? What are you up to today? I went on a walk. Hey, take a picture of the beach. Awesome, I love that. Great, thank you. Hey, what'd you eat today? If you look at my stuff, you'll know exactly what I ate today. Okay. If you don't like it, you will unfollow. If you don't like it and it doesn't synergize with you anyways, you will leave it anyways. And guess what? Those people were never gonna buy from you anyways. So who cares? That's it. Okay. Oh, your homework, should you choose to accept it, is instant expert. Make yourself an instant expert. Define your industry. Okay. You got a question I'll answer in a second, but you're a recruiter, right? So put everything to do with recruiting in the dictionary and define all of them and put it out there. And the 365 talk about not just how to get a job, but how to find the job of your dreams, or how to network yourself to the next level, or whatever else it is. And you have a real question.
My question was about social media accounts. Would you make separate accounts for your professional outreach, your posts, versus your personal?
So the question, I'll repeat, is do you want to make separate accounts? And the answer is, it depends. It depends. I have people who are very private. I have lots of wealthy clients. They're very private. No one actually gets on their friend account unless you're legitimately their friend. Okay. Then there's evil marketers like me who say, yeah, you might be my friend and everybody's my friend. Okay, it's great. Okay, so the answer is depends. Okay, do you want to separate your private life from your personal life? And I don't post my private life on social media other than the stuff I eat. I mean, that's just private I show, right? But I don't post pictures of my kids. I don't post pictures of my family. I don't post pictures of any of that stuff out there. Okay, on my social media, I use it. This is my work, right? So I put work stuff on there, right? I mean, there is some family stuff. Like on the weekend, we actually went to the Smash Therapy and busted a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of videos of us breaking things on the internet, which is great, right? But that's interesting, right? That's making the circle bigger, making me more interesting as a person, right? If I just went marketing all day long, everybody would unfriend me. Like, it was really boring. Now I don't want to listen to him, right? But everyone follows me because, hey, what do you eat today? Yeah. And then eventually they crack and they go, okay, you know what? I keep watching your posts. How do you do this marketing thing again? And then they become a customer. That's it. So, how I use it. It's a little complicated. Okay. But what you're going to see in this structure is 365 posts. Okay. What you're going to see in this structure, you're going to see the big cornerstone of this entire structure is Instant Expert, that thing I just taught you guys. Okay. This thing also has the dictionary program. So I use this for a client. Same stuff I just taught you like 10 minutes ago. $14 million in leads, 6 million of it was closed. They gave me $1 million to get it done. I didn't keep all $1 million. Obviously, I spent some to make it happen. I kept a bunch of it, which is great. But yeah, this stuff legitimately works. And this was for a really boring ass industry in the financial sector. Okay. How do you make it more fun? 365 it. Okay. We were doing some marketing stuff for a bunch of car companies. And on my 365 posts, you don't post a bunch of pictures of trucks. No one cares after a while. Okay, look at this Ford F-150 17 and a half times. I don't care. I don't want to see that. But what we did was we actually posted the Guinness Book of World Records of how many people you could jam in a Volkswagen Beetle. People go, cool, and then they shared that. Okay, that's interesting. That's making it a little bigger in the circles. What was my frequently asked question? Stuff about a Ford F-150. What was the should ask question? Well, where do I buy one? Where do I get one? How do I get one the cheapest? How do I get one most economical? Right? And that's how we go through that. But I used science to get that. In the beginning, again, like I said, bad is better than nothing. Speed of implementation trumps everything else. So if you're trying to hit perfection, stop it. Just post. And if you're not embarrassed about your first batch of videos, you're not going fast enough. Okay? If you're not embarrassed, you're not going fast enough. Okay? Stephen.
So I have a question with the FAQ and the SAQ. You
Yes.
said you stagger them.
Yes.
So do you put two videos in one video, or
So the question was, do you stagger the FAQ and SAQ? And if you can see this, I know it's really small. From left to right, you're going to see Instant Expert 1, Instant Expert 2, Instant Expert 3. All of the odd numbered ones are frequently asked questions. All of the even numbered ones are should ask questions. I'm always pairing a frequently asked question with a should ask question and sticking them together. Sir.
let's say you're putting up to YouTube, right? So often YouTube will just go to whatever video is next. It doesn't really have an order of what it's going to play next. So do you put them together into one YouTube video?
So the question was, do you squish them together? The answer is no. You make enough of this stuff and you use the right terminology and use the right words, and YouTube will actually recommend yourself to yourself. Okay. Who here has watched something on YouTube and then to recommend something that's almost like exactly like it? Yeah? Everyone's seen that. That's exactly what YouTube does. So if you produce enough content, that's how come I said make 20 to start, right? I don't ask you guys to do anything I don't do myself. When I do this, I make 100.
But what I found, like, for instance, sometimes you have like a 5-part video series and it'll play video 1, 2, and 3, and then play something completely off the charts.
So the question is, you have a 5-part video series and it'll play 1, 2, and 3, and then it'll play something weird afterwards.
Yeah.
Fine. But if I'm hooked, I'm hooked. If I see part 1, 2, 3, and it flips to some other weird thing, I'm like, damn, where the hell's 4? And I will go searching for 4. If you build it right. Let's go back. Me too. Me better. Me only. Do it right. Frequently asked question followed by a should ask question. Do it right. Structure it and do it right. Now, one of my other mentees, he did this completely ass backwards and wrong, completely screwed it up. And he still took over at the last thing he went to. And he was known as the guy who did this everywhere. And he's like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. I'm like, dude, you screwed up this and this and this and this. He's like, but it worked. Okay. That is better than nothing. Speed of implementation is everything. So the online only offer, this is for you out there in YouTube land and internet, the roadmap to content. So some of you, seriously, that was enough information to go make 14 million bucks in craziness. If you want, you can do that yourself. If you just make it happen to start going, you will stumble across the answer just by virtue of just doing it. Okay. Some people, they want a little more structure. Some people, they want a little more oomph inside. So if you guys want, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build out the standard operational procedure for this thing called roadmap to content. If you guys want to see how I do it, the steps I take, okay. So an SOP, standard operational procedure, is a list of steps to take from 1 to a billion, however many steps it is. And I will share with you guys my steps that I use to do this for real. I will give you guys my script examples. So hilariously enough, we made an instant expert to showcase instant expert, okay? And we did this because I'm not allowed to show my clients stuff, right? These guys are like multi-bazillion-dollar companies. They all have like gag orders and golden handcuffs. I'm not allowed to talk about them, right? So I can't actually name them by name, but I can show you what I did for myself because we did it for ourselves, okay? We'll give you video samples. You can see our videos for instant expert. You can see our article samples, okay? And the hilarious enough, the article samples are exactly the same as the script examples because that's what the article is. You take the article and you transcribe it and ta-da, okay? Then we'll even give you a sitemap of how to build the dictionary system. You guys, I know there's some web builders out there. How do we do this for the client? Well, I'll show you how to build it for the client such that it brings you the most SEO juice in the universe. The next thing is that a complete list of tools. What does Earl use to build all this stuff, Mac or PC? We're actually going to document this, build it all out, and get it to you guys. And access and introductions to all of my vendors. You don't want to do it yourself? Fine, hire the same guys I hire. Okay, that's totally cool. And the offer is 200 bucks that we're selling it for. Normally, I mean, this is the roadmap, but if you're interested and you do this, it's 75% off online, 47 bucks. And if you go to mindofamarketer.net/content roadmap, I believe the code's going to be VBN. Pop it in there, and you can get this thing for 50 bucks. Okay. This is what I do for multi-billion-dollar companies, and I charge them oodles of money. You can have it for 50 bucks. Okay, because you're going to do it for your own small home business, small, bricks and mortar business, small online business. Go for it. You don't have to pay the big bucks to get it done. You can use the same weapons and tools as the big guys and do it yourself with your phone, right? And maybe a pretty ring light, and make that happen. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you guys for attending. That's all I got for today. Okay.
Yeah, because together we have to thank you, we have to thank our live audience, and we have to thank TELUS for making this reproduction possible. Earl, you've shared with us just a ton of information, more than my simple little brain can absorb, but there's smarter people out here, and I'm quite sure they got it. Again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Roger.
And once more to TELUS, thank you for making this reproduction possible.
Can you go to the link slide again?
Sure.